telomere right down the middle and cause senescence. So that cell's dead. It's gone. You ever notice presidents of the United States when they start office and how old they look 4 years later? They look a lot older than 4 years, right? It's because their stress is so high. Physically, mentally, all that pressure, so they're killing their cells. Will cause health problems. Good information right there? Okay, so I'm sharing with you stuff that is not common knowledge. Nobody's out doing this. They've known that for 30 years, and you're now just hearing about it, some of you. So why am I sharing it? Because I just like to go share information? No, there's a reason why I'm sharing this with you. I did a meeting in a muffler shop in Las Vegas with 3 mechanics. It's important. Everybody needs to know, right? I used to be a mechanic, and look what I'm doing now. Helping and sharing and changing the way we look at health. So, telomerase. Bill Andrews is the one that discovered the human telomerase, and it lengthens telomeres. Based on what we just heard, that sounds like a good program to be on, right? Lengthen your telomeres. Where do you find it? The reproductive cells, the actual sperm and egg cells. So if we follow a reproductive cell through the same process, cell division, so there's the DNA replication, there's still damage, even in the reproductive cells. But there's something different that's happening here, and Bill's the one that discovered it. Telomerase gene is activated, and it adds these nucleotides or these bases back to the ends of that chromosome, fixes it. Comes up, delivers that. Is it the same or inferior? It's exactly the same. That's the miracle. There's no difference. They call it an immortal cell. And that's already happening within you guys. Yeah.
Just doing some research on this, I found that it actually, in the reproductive cells, it actually gets better. They found that the older men who are fathers give longer telomeres to the offspring, and they start off life with longer telomeres because all through life this process is lengthening telomeres in those reproductive cells.
The body is just an absolute miracle. And if we would just support it properly, you guys. Thank you for that information. And what I find fascinating, like what you're saying, it stays the same. Let's say that's a 40-year-old. It's the same gene expression. Now you're saying it's better than what it was when he was conceived. That's why they're saying, look, if the rest of the body was doing that, that's the same gene expression. Your skin would look the same as it did when you were 23.
That's pretty powerful.
It's very
The
powerful.
body, like, heals and regenerates more than when it was conceived.
Apparently, I haven't read that yet, but I believe you. I'll have to go and look at that. But here's the thing: this we know is happening. This is not up for like debate. That's happening. Okay, so Bill's the one that discovered it. Now, let's just say that the reproductive cells were not doing that. They're shortening like all of our other cells. So here we go. There you are at 40 years old. There's your reproductive cell. 40 years old, 40 years worth of telomere damage. So there's 40 years worth of telomere damage in your reproductive cells. So when you're going to have a baby at 40 years old, where does it get the cells to begin its life?
Right there.
Right here, this one, right? From the parent. So the parent gives them a 40-year-old DNA, and when the baby's born, how old is the skin, hair, eyes, organs, and bones?
40 years or better.
Yeah. The baby should be 40 years old, just like the parent, right? But is the baby, or is the baby younger? The baby's younger. Because the baby didn't get that type of cell, it got that one, an immortal cell, from a 40-year-old. That's the power of the human body. And if you're a good book reader like I am, how long did they used to live back then? In the Old Testament? A lot longer than we do now, right?
1,200 years?
Do you know that there's marine life? Their telomeres never get short. Sea turtles, lobsters, their telomeres never get short. They live to be hundreds of years old. Birds, too. There's a few birds that, a species of fowl. So, we're the only species that's made a science out of killing ourselves. And we're doing a pretty good job. How many people die and then go on living another 15 or 20 years? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
They suffer.
No.
They're suffering. They don't have a quality of life. So when you're the scientist that discovers that, and your whole mission and purpose in life is to stop aging, and you discover that, and that these cells could do the same thing. It's just turned off. What are you going to try and do? Turn it on. Turn it on. So that's what they did. They're the only lab that exclusively has been trying to do that. Other labs are dabbling with it while he's just moving forward. His lab is 15 years ahead of any other lab. So he started putting these compounds into normal skin cells, trying to get it to activate it, and these are the 8 that they found out of 304,000. And the longer the red line, the better, so that's the best one right there, but all of these are very significant in what they were doing in the skin cells. They made the skin cells become immortal, just like the reproductive cells. Here, this next clip is ABC News, talking about what Harvard did with the mice.
And now, eternal youth. Is it in a cage around the corner? News tonight of a breakthrough for some pioneering mice. But we always wonder, what does a fountain of youth for rodents reveal for humans? Here's Sharon Alfonsi reporting.
I feel tremendous.